So welcome to this video lesson, and today we're going to talk about nested while loops or nested loops, because you'll be able to do the same thing with for loops. Okay, so we'll just call them nested loops. Okay, so now so what I want to do is that I want to show you an example of where you're going to use these nested loops. Okay, so before we actually get into the actual programming, where I'm just going to show you an example or a scenario when you would actually need them. So nested loops are simply just like nested if statements, where you have you have a while loop inside another while loop. Okay, so you can have as many as you would like. So but today I would like us to really look at such an example. Let's imagine that you had okay, you had a plane like this. Okay, and this is your y and this is your x right there. Okay, so now if I wanted to draw anything, let's say in this example we're going to draw any four-sided let me not say any, but let's say we can draw a square of any length and a rectangle of any length. Okay, so now let's say I wanted to draw something like this. Okay, like that, like that. Okay, and like that. Okay, so let's say this is what I really wanted to draw. Now you can see that this is a rectangle. Okay, this is a rectangle of size 3. The height is 3 and the length is 5. Right, so how can we actually do this in terms of programming? Can we actually draw this? Yes, we can, using while loops. Of course you can even use printfs and so on and so on, but that would take you a long time. Okay, but we would want to create some form of algorithm where you are able to draw this shape, which can be of any length and any height. Okay, so what I want you to observe is that what usually happens is this, is that if we imagined and we said something like this is, if we said this is position 0, right, and this is 10, right, and then this is 10 also there. Okay, so that's 10 there. Now notice that our x is increasing while our y remains the same. Okay, hypothetically, let's just say this is 0 here. Okay, so you can see this is 1, and that's 2, and that's 3, and that's 4. Right, and that's 1, and that's 2. Okay, that's our 2 there. So if we really look at this, is that right now when we start, we have y is equal to 0, x, then x is 0, then y is 0, but x increments to 1, and x increments to 2, and 3, and 4, and so on. But notice that y remains the same until it finishes, and then y now increments to 1. And then the same thing happens, 1, 2, 3, 4, then y gets incremented to 2. Okay, y gets incremented to 2, and then you have x which is 0, x which is 1, x which is 2, x which is 3. So in actual sense you can say 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, 5. Then 1, 0, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. Okay, so y is always behind, or there are 4 x's inside one y. Okay, so that when you have a scenario like that, that should tell you that you are probably going to have nested loops in this situation, because you can imagine y is incrementing, so there is some form of repetition on y, but while y is repeating, there is an inner repetition in y, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then x resets. Okay, if we come back here, x is no longer 4, x goes back to 0. Okay, so just make sure you understand what we're talking about here, understand this video lesson, because when we come to build this program, you wouldn't want to get lost. Okay, so just a quick summary: y remains the same while x increments, and when x finishes, x resets itself back to 0. Okay, so it's like 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4. Then it goes back to 1, y increments, but 0 goes back to 0. Oh, sorry, x goes back to 0, so it becomes 1, 0, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. Okay, so this is an x or y plane, and we're going to use this same situation here to come up with our program. Okay, so see you in the next video.